that moment. So.
Oh.
No. Got your Christmas sweater on.
Yes, I do. This is preschool, kindergarten, whatever.
How are we doing?
That's why I bought it anyway.
Yeah, right there's.
It was a long time ago. I was teaching that. Okay. Pull it out every year. I don't always wear it here. I didn't have all the ingredients, so it'll be tomorrow.
Oh, man, you didn't have the peanut butter. You ready? It is December 17th, 2024, the last meeting of the year, starting. All right, call to order. Lee, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call.
Blankenship.
Here.
Joseph. Here. Gensmore.
Here.
Steiner.
Here.
Godwin.
Here.
Clarkler.
Here.
Do we have an approval for the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, any corrections, additions, subtractions, comments? Call for the vote.
Joseph.
Aye.
Gensmore.
Aye.
Steiner.
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Clarkler.
Aye.
Blankenship.
Mayor, I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda, please.
Yes.
I'd like to amend the agenda so that we can have Lee from Planning Commission present their findings.
Okay. You want to do that? Okay. You want to move that up then from new business to now? Okay, cool. All right.
Is there a second?
Second.
Questions? Call for the vote.
Gensmore.
Aye.
Steiner.
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Clarkler.
Aye.
Blankenship.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Okay, Lee, if you step up to the microphone here so that people at home can hear us.
My name is Lee Malcolm. I'm the chair of the Planning Commission. Lifelong resident of the village of Clinton. My mother taught at Clinton Elementary School. I attended Clinton Elementary School when fourth grade was held in the basement of the Methodist churches. And I graduated from Northwest High School in 1995. As a matter of fact, I live in the same house now as I did when I attended those schools. I'm just telling you this so that you're aware that this decision was not made arbitrarily. I'm invested, as is the rest of the Planning Commission, in the past, present, and future of this village. We've been working alongside our zoning inspector, Jeff Fergus, who's done an impeccable job of gathering information for this particular project. And we've spoken with Robert and Nellie Antoulis, current owners, excuse me, of the school property multiple times. We've spoken with Chrissy and Michael Belknap, the proposed buyers and current owners of the Covered Bridge drive-through multiple times. And we've heard from neighbors and residents who are going to be directly impacted by this change. Michael and Chrissy Belknap already own and operate a beautiful facility called the Barn of Canal Fulton on Locust Street. They've shown us their scrupulous plans for building an identical property on the school grounds. But in order to do that, they would need the entire parcel number 2701730 to be zoned B1. Currently, the back half, which is the eastern half, is zoned R2. Major concerns that have come up have been the golf cart traffic from Hillside Campground. But since those golf carts seem to generate revenue for their drive-through. I'm sure that they'll be able to work out an organic plan that suits everybody for that. Second concern that has come up is traffic congestion in an already kind of confusing intersection, especially for out-of-towners that don't really know the traffic pattern. But the proposed buyers, the Belknaps, have indicated that they've worked alongside CFPD 4 times in Canal Fulton when traffic could potentially be an issue for the existing facility. The third issue that has come up would be, it was brought up by by a representative of the Veterans Memorial, and that they might lose some parking for some of their larger events, particularly the Run to the Wall. But Mike and Chrissy Belknap seem to open to discuss that for the future with them. Benefits that we've seen, definitely an active and occupied space, well lit, well maintained, would reduce vandalism and possible vagrancy. Second, their property that exists in Canal Fulton, if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend that you go by and check it out, over by the Tractor Supply on Locust. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It definitely will brighten the place up. It's definitely going to add to the aesthetic of the village of Clinton. Third, as an active business, it could potentially add some employment opportunities. Fourth, as an active and attractive business, it has the definite potential to inspire future active businesses in town. The Belknaps have proposed to place the brand new structure on the eastern half that is currently zoned R2, where the current baseball fields are. And they hope, although this would be a conditional use in a future meeting, they would hope to renovate the existing school structure into some sort of overnight facility, specifically for wedding guests only. It would not be open to the public. Some concerns that came up around that would be maybe a guest or two at the wedding might have had a drink or two too many and be wandering around the property. And the simple rebuttal to that is it's better than a guest with a drink or two too many getting in their car and driving down our streets. So because of the Belknaps' thorough planning and our zoning inspector's meticulous preparation, on December 4th, the Planning Commission unanimously voted to recommend rezoning parcel 2701730 so that its entirety would become B1. And we can see some new life breathed into our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if I remember right, there's a time frame for this decision to be made?
30
Yeah,
days to have
30
a public
days.
hearing from today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right,
Any
thank you.
questions for the chair of our planning committee? Lee, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think it's important to note that the minutes that are attached to what's in front of us now are not the minutes from the open meeting that was held on December 4th. These are the minutes from the October 15th meeting. And I don't know, maybe if you would want to expound on some of the reaction from all these neighbors, surrounding neighbors, and the support you felt that was given?
For sure. It was, I think, undeniably supportive. The concerns that were brought up, it was the residents and the neighbors that brought up the golf cart traffic. There were concerns about would they be pushed to the streets, which wouldn't really be an adequate solution to that. But again, the bottom line was it came down to the fact that the Belknaps own the drive-thru and they're not going to want to sacrifice business, and so they'll just be able to find a way to work with that. Another concern was just noise in the community, noise in their backyards, and the Belknaps explained that it would be an inside venue. They do have plans for an outside ceremonial location for wedding participants that want an outdoor setting, but the only music that would be played outdoors would just be like the wedding march, for that particular time, or maybe a microphone for the pastor or whoever is performing the ceremony, and then relatively all reception activity would happen indoors. All music would be behind closed doors. They did explain some, I don't remember the technicalities, but they do have some special insulation in the Canal Fulton property that does help reduce the noise getting out. Some concerns were brought up, well, what about people propping doors open? And they say, yeah, it's probably going to happen. It happens in Canal Fulton, but they go around and close them. So same thing would happen here if somebody props the door open. That's, code violation or firearm. I forget exactly what they said, but they don't allow those doors to be propped open. So if they see that, they have their staff close them. Any outdoor alcohol consumption is going to be strictly relegated to a patio area that is fenced off. They're not going to be explicitly permitted to wander around the property with alcohol, be specifically inside or on the balcony. I think the traffic pattern came up a couple different times, but just with officer presence and directing traffic, that was the big solution to that one.
Do you happen to know whether Jeff was able to deduce whether the planning book that was put together by the previous planning committee and approved and worked on with our legal team and all of that? Do you because that has that section already zoned B1. There was a question, we had a question whether that was already in force or whether that's just all future. Did we get an answer on
We
that?
have not gotten any answers. Yeah, the questions are still on the table. There's a discrepancy between two different maps, with that particular parcel being, it was a zoning map and a land use map, and they did not align 100%.
Okay.
The land use map, I believe, is the one, I have it with me, I believe is the one that actually had it appearing as though it was zoned the way we're trying to move forward. So, no specific answers to that yet, but it's kind of dotting our I's, crossing our T's type of thing, just making sure, just making sure that it is the way it is to be for this to happen.
Do we vote?
No, not today, no.
Council has to set a date. You have 30 days to have a public hearing. And then once council has their public hearing, from that date, you have 20 days to approve or deny.
So we already had one public hearing, but
Council has to have their own
we have to have our own public hearing?
within
Okay.
30 days of today.
Okay, well, let's set it as soon as possible, I would say.
If you do it, I think they were suggesting to do a public hearing before the next council meeting.
The planning meeting was really for immediate neighbors, and it turned out to be more public, right? A lot of people heard about it.
Sure.
So we got to repeat the meeting for everybody, not just the immediate neighbors.
And perhaps if we flush out which map is really the current map and it's already zoned that way, do we still go
I think we
forward?
do, because
Okay. Just asking. If it's already done, why?
we're this far down the road.
Okay, all right, yeah, then let's
and-
do it.
The objections don't seem much.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
just follow through with the process, and we'll have that on record.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can say, being in that meeting and meeting the prospective buyers of this property, that they do have a very great concern for the community and want to do what's best for the community. And everything they're doing is to also be good neighbors. They don't want to do anything that's going to disturb or irritate their neighbors. And there was venue setting up back there. If you look at the center picture there, with all those trees around there, the trees are going to stay. Probably some of the best sound deadening material you can get. And so all in all, I really liked what I heard from them.
So I have a question. You said, excuse me, about the traffic. Is there anything proposed to change this? 'Cause this intersection's horrible. I've lived in Clinton for 32 years. It's a horrible intersection. I almost get hit at least once a week. And if we're gonna have, I mean, I would think this is probably gonna hold 200 people, so figure 80 to 100 cars coming in at a certain amount, like within an hour, and then leaving within an hour. What are we gonna do with this intersection? I mean, can we make a three-way stop?
I get asked that question a lot. Believe it or not, I'm out in a public venue and I have people walk up to me, ask me about that intersection. I will be seeing the chief of police this Thursday. I'll be at luncheon and I expect him to be there. He usually is. And that's one of the topics I'm going to bring up with him. I really would like to get someone like from Summit County traffic engineer involved, because that intersection, there are intersections that if you're trying to put stop signs up just for traffic control, Norton had one for 20 years before it finally got ruled illegal and was taken down. And I have a feeling there's my first question is always, why is it the way it is right now? And I have a feeling there's a good reason behind that. So I'd like to find out that first and then see if we can change it. It may be illegal to change it. So that's something I want to check into before we go about doing it.
Right away, because it's an old state route.
Right. And I believe which has been my thoughts exactly. But believe me, I do hear people. I get a lot of that.
My only comment on the traffic is we've had traffic there before. When the school was there, we had X number of buses, X number of parents. There were more than 200 kids there a day, so it did absorb that traffic at one point.
I don't think there's ever 100 parents' cars coming in and out, though. I mean, the school buses did quite a bit. I mean, we're talking 100 cars, and I'm all for this, don't get me wrong, but I just want to see what's going to be done in this intersection, because I think that's going to be a nightmare.
I think at the school situation, though, there's usually crossing guards.
Sure.
There is somebody stopping the public traffic to let the buses in and out.
Right.
And I think the same thing would probably,
That's what they indicated in the meeting, was they would have, that they all,
Yeah, I think they
They have
needed security for the wedding
one-
itself,
yeah.
and they were saying that security would.
Right, but are they going to have somebody, like he says, letting traffic in and out, directing traffic?
Yeah,
they've done it in Canal Fulton.
that was the indication from the meeting.
And we've done it down at the park. We have big events down there. We do have traffic control. We do have police set up to let people in and out. So it's not like this is not unusual for that area to have big events right nearby.
True, but people that don't know the area,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
they're not
these-
gonna know to stop or to continue, so that's,
Mhm.
we're talking
That's how it
about
is
getting
now.
Oh, that intersection's horrible.
yeah,
I've seen people not have any idea what to do there, and I think
right.
you got a stop sign. The red rectangular thing means something, but but yeah, no, I get a lot of complaints about that. But I would like to check more into that and get the legalities before we move forward on it.
I just hope that it gets checked on
Okay.
and not put under the desk.
I will. If you want, give me a call Thursday. Ask me if I talk to him.
I sure will.
And if I don't, I'll make a special call to him. But I'll be there.
Hey, Bud, while since you're going to be talking about odd stops and that, we also have a similar situation at the end of Maine on the other end with the one stop and people coming down Cleveland Maslin, because they had to put that stop bar there, even though the sign says stop for trains. A lot of times people think out-of-towners think they have to stop at that bar. And they're the ones that have the right of way. I don't know if we could change the signage that says stop here only for trains, or, you know what I mean? But it is confusing. That's confusing as well, on both ends of Main Street. So if you're going to ask, maybe.
Okay.
And again, I think it's a state route thing.
But yeah, I think it's state route is the way it goes down through. And also, one thing we should have all learned in driving school is that great big thick white line on the road. That's where you stop. And if they're not doing that, hey, let's ticket them for it.
That's what
But no,
Marissa says is confusing.
That's what I'm saying, that white bar is confusing because they do not have to stop if a train is not there. They have the right of way then.
Yeah, okay.
And there's
all right.
people coming there that are non-familiar that are stopping when they have the right of way.
I will bring up the whole scenario with them.
I mean, if you're going to, I'm
If I
sorry.
have to, I'll take a ride with them down here. We'll drive through it. And,
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if you're going to talk to somebody, maybe both ends. Because
Yeah.
I agree, there's issues on both
Hope you
ends.
guys don't
So,
wreck.
all right.
I think he's been driving school. Okay, any other questions for,
Yeah, one more question. Leah makes a good point. Do we want to set a date for the public meeting so that we can move
Absolutely.
forward with that?
Maybe we have to advertise it on that.
keep in mind, Beacon Journal and their quirks now.
Right.
So we may set a date, they may say, I'm sorry, it's not available. I don't know why, I don't understand that yet, but I'd like,
We go on to post, there's like certain days you can and can't.
right.
Okay, so let's pick a couple of dates. If they say no for this one, let's try this one. How's that? Does that way our office administration could move on it without
So we
coming
have
back
to do it by when?
Well, you have 30 days from today.
Okay.
If you do it on January 7th prior to the council meeting, you're not having to come twice, but you could just do the public hearing at 6 and then have your council meeting at 7.
Lee, how much time do you think we need for that meeting? An hour? Half hour's not enough?
Well, you're opening it up to more questions. What did the last one run? I mean, the last one was over an hour.
It's almost 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was nearly 2 hours. So if we're gonna do that, I would say have it at 5.
Yeah. I think most of the important questions have probably gotten taken care of. And if they get brought up, there'll be quick answers to them, so I don't think it'll go 2 hours, but I think an hour would be probably smart.
Do we want to try for the 7th or the 14th? Both Tuesdays?
You know, what I'm thinking is that because the chance it might run over, I know we don't want to put one in between. Well, I'm sorry, you're saying the same thing I'm trying to say. I had 2 weeks of one. Yeah, the 14th does sound like a better alternative because we'll have the whole evening then.
If it matters, Sue's email did recommend the 7th.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with doing it at 5:30 and giving us a half-hour buffer?
That sounds good.
Some people are still at work at 5.
Yeah, that.
Good point.
Well, that's true.
What time was our last meeting? Was it 6:30?
6. We had,
No,
Public hearing was at 6:30.
public hearing was
Yeah.
at 6:30, yeah. We had a meeting at 6.
With the idea of people getting off work and everything like that, and this is open to the entire village. of
So
Clinton.
maybe we need to do the 6th and the 14th as our 2 dates, Monday and a Tuesday, or we could do the 8th and the 14th.
I like the 6th and the 14th. If we can start at 7, that'll give a full 2 hours, and it wouldn't be conflict with, a dead you had to run into.
Well, what about, that, or if we want to make sure that we don't run up a gun, could we try, if they turn down, if we can't get it for the 6th, what if we try for like the 9th then? And get it done sooner than later and have,
Are you worried about it being the 14th and so close to the deadline?
yeah,
The deadline's the 16th.
Yeah.
Okay, 6th and 9th, yeah,
That's
that'll give us some extra time. Even so, we vote on it that night. Let's start at 7.
I would do 6:30.
I would
You want to do 6:30? Okay.
because otherwise and who knows, but if we have the turnout that we had at the last one and everyone wants to speak, then,
Yeah, well, the last one, we had a couple people show up that weren't direct neighbors, but almost every neighbor showed up, I believe, there.
Yep.
And so, it did cause attention. We're seeing some growth in our community. We're seeing business coming to the community, and they're doing so well in Canal Fulton. It's really a fantastic idea to have them here and see something else happening in this village. After so many years of empty buildings, here we have something growing.
and both of them have Clinton mailing addresses. They're like, unfortunately, just right outside the village limits. So they do have a vested interest in the village of Clinton. They feel like they're more Clintonites than they are New Franklin residents.
I
Do they
think
plan on
people-
renovating the school before they build the new building?
No,
No.
the school will be last.
Do they know the cost to renovate that school?
Not yet. One thing they're going to do, their
They have
first,
looked
Very
into,
contingent on a lot of things.
Yeah, the first thing they're going to do with the school is put a new roof on it just to keep it from getting worse. I was in the school a couple months back, and it is on that tipping point almost. So if it's not put under cover, it definitely could be past the point of no return. So that is something they are looking into. They've seen the school.
I mean, there is brownfield dollars available for demo matching dollars right now. If they would be interested in demoing it, now is the time to apply for that.
That's good to know.
They seem to be interested in trying to preserve it.
I just know the cost of renovation
Right.
from my background with asbestos and
Yeah.
everything else.
I think they've actually looked into that
I know
already.
there is a report right now on that school with asbestos.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else?
Just clarifying, you guys are deciding between the 6th and the 9th?
Yes.
Okay. Jeff
There's a BZA on
mentioned
the
that
8th.
he's got BZA on
Yeah, the 8th.
the 8th.
Okay. We'll see what it comes back with. All right, on to unfinished business.
We recently had the donation from the church, and that was for some signage. I'd like to just put it on future agendas, somewhere on the agenda, for that signage, so that we don't forget about our task there, or our duty. I'd like to put some time in looking into the signage. Anybody else is welcome to. But as of now, it looks like the costs are higher than we first expected, so more research is needed. But we do have that money earmarked for that. So if we could just add that to unfinished business until we accomplish that task.
How much money was donated?
7,000, 5 for here, 2 for the fire department. And the fire department desperately needs a new sign. That sign,
Which I think theirs could be done simpler than here, because they wanted here to be the electronic board sign, whereas there it can just be a.
so maybe that's where we start. But if we just put it on the agenda so that we don't let that follow through on our honored word there on using it for those 2 things.
Okay, thank you. Any other unfinished business?
Yes. I met Saturday with Jennifer Stein with the Canal Fulton Library and the Eagle Scout and his father, who is going to be building and installing the lending library. He had to come and get pictures of the site. So he does his presentation to the Eagle Scout board and all of that. Very impressive young man. So they are looking forward to starting that project in the spring, once the ground is thawed enough to do that. And also articles. I'm going to need the articles by January.
Oh,
Because I have to have everything into them right after that.
okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'd say I've been a lot of Eagle Scouts, and it seems like if you get to the level of Eagle Scout, you're usually very impressive. And they do there's a couple of projects over at the Veterans Park that have been done by Eagle Scouts, and it is really nice what they've done, I've seen. Any other unfinished business? All right, moving on, Mayor's Communications. As said, I'll be having lunch at EMEX meeting, safety meeting, this Thursday, and typically our police force is there, or chief of police is there. So I've talked to him about the issues we discussed tonight, also the ones we discussed last 2 weeks ago. A interesting note, census.gov, if you've ever been to that site, but it is now 30 years old. It's been around for 30 years. One of the almost original, in 1994, they launched as a website, one of the first government agencies to have a website there. Another, I have from the AMATS, the Akron Metropolitan Area Transportation Study. I got an email on this, and anybody can take a look at it and have if they want. But the crash-related fatalities in the past couple of years actually dropped a little bit. It went from 69 crashes down to 68 fatalities or fatal crashes. However, the total number of regular crashes have gone up over these past few years. So this is Summit County. This covers Summit County, part of Portage and part of Wayne County is what this has. Total pedestrian-related crashes jumped to 170 in 2023 from 143 in 2022. And bicycle-related crashes increased 87 in 2023 from 73 in 2022. So we're seeing, how can I say, be careful out there on the road. It can be a dangerous place, but they are keeping track of it, and numbers they're never good. I mean, they're low, but fatalities are low, but still a lot, especially if it's someone close to you. And with that, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. That's all I have. Any questions for me? Okay, council communications and council committee reports. You have time to think that over. All right, citizen comments. Lee, I don't know if you signed in. You wrote yes to speak, but that was what you had.
That was big, yeah.
Okay. Diane, you didn't sign. Did you have anything you wanted to? All right. Karen, did you have anything you want? Okay, let's move on to resolutions, ordinances.
Okay. No first or second readings. Third readings. We have resolution number R-24-17. A resolution to provide legal services for the Village of Clinton and confirming the appointment of Marshall M. Pitchford as village solicitor for years 2025 and 2026 and declaring an emergency. Motion to adopt.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments?
Third reading.
Okay, call for the vote.
Steiner,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Sparkler,
Aye.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore.
Aye.
Resolution number R-24-18. A resolution authorizing and appointing OHM Advisors as village engineer and authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a 2-year contract and declaring an emergency. A motion to adopt?
I will second that, but I do have some comments on it before voting. I talked to Jason today, and the dollar amount we were assigned, I thought was a fixed amount, and it's not. It's just a budgetary number for us to budget. So if we're paying him by the hour, so it isn't like we retain him for a certain number of hours a month. We pay as we go. Some months will be more, some months will be less, and we're budgeting for $15,000. That doesn't, if we use them 0 hours, that number will be 0. So that was a question we had last meeting and wanted to share some clarification there.
In my understanding, if we thought 15,000 is too high, we can adjust that number.
I'm comfortable with it.
You're comfortable with that?
Because that's what we budgeted for.
Okay.
Okay? So,
All right, any questions, comments? Call for the vote.
Godwin,
Aye.
Sparkler,
Aye.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Steiner.
aye.
Motion passes.
Resolution number R-24-19. A resolution adopting the annual appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the village for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency. Motion to adopt?
I have a comment again.
Well, it has to be seconded before you make your comment.
I'll make a second then.
Okay, you may comment.
Included in the appropriations budget, this came up in our budget meeting, was the mowing of the property right here. We did not include those dollars, and Leah and Sue have sent a letter resigning our contract for mowing that, and Kevin is going to mow that this coming summer. So I wanted everybody, full disclosure, to know that that was part of this budget here.
Any other questions, comments on this? Call for the vote.
Parker,
Aye.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Steiner,
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Ordinance number O-24-20. An ordinance amending codified ordinance number O-19-11. Adopting amended policies for the Village of Clinton concerning non-elected, non-contracted administrative employees and declaring it an emergency.
Motion to adopt.
Do you have a second? Okay, it fails. Moving on. New business. We already moved the planning commission up. New business, first renewal of the Summit County Akron Regional Radio Station System User Agreement. That's listed on here.
It's in the packet. I don't think it really just needs signed.
We don't need to vote on it or wait 3 readings or anything.
There's really, it's just an agreement that we pay them maintenance every year. It's for their fire department's radios. I have no idea.
We've already made the agreement to use it.
Any objections to me signing this? Okay, moving on. Any other new business? All right, council general discussion.
I don't know if any of you had others had the opportunity to tour the open house at the Historical Society's house over there, and all of the decorated rooms and all the volunteers, but it was quite a display. You guys, I know Diane is the spearhead, which I personally really appreciate. They provided quite a little spread of food over there for people that visit. How many people did you have through, Diane, do you know?
Probably about 40.
About 40? Oh, it's a shame because a lot of people missed out. It was gorgeous. And what I heard was, wish they had it more than one day. I know it's a lot of work for you guys, but to do all that work and to just have it open for one day, you'd want to show off your guys' stuff. So, anyway,
I certainly
appreciate you.
noticed all the cars parked.
Yep. It was a good day. It was. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Diane, for all your hard work. I don't get over there as much as I used to, but that was a very favorite spot of mine when I first moved here. And I guess I've seen it so many times, I don't think about going through as much as I used to, but I still enjoy it every time I do. So you guys do a good job over there. Any other council general discussion? Okay, let's pay some bills.
Payment listing is last page of your packet. This is as straightforward as a month as we've had in a long time. That total, really nothing to highlight this month. The total, though, is $26,218.21. If I could get a motion from a council member to pay that amount.
We have a second.
Second.
All right, any questions? Let's call for the vote.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Steiner,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Last item on, and do we have a motion to adjourn?